7. Just remind you if you're coming in, this is the last but one session, another session tonight. 18 frames needed to win the MC World title. Stephen Hendry, 12, Peter Ebdon, 7, live here in the Crucible at the moment.
That was a fluke.
Peter's debating whether to take the brown on, but I think tucking in behind it will be the best shot. And the reason for that is there's a couple of loose reds, and that's why Peter just tucked it up behind the brown there.
Ebdon's got the cue ball so tight in behind the brown that he's prevented Hendry from using much of the side cushion.
Foul and a miss. Peter Ebdon 4.
Played to use both side cushions and the top cushion to go into the back of the bunch and hopefully leave everything safe.
Got to be so precise here. If he pots the blue, tries to leave himself, it looks as if there's only one red available, the one to the right of the pink. He's got to be pinpoint with this. And this large crowd at the Crucible Theatre here showing their appreciation for the positional side of that shot more than the pot. Fantastic venue. The atmosphere when you're out there in the middle is something special.
Pink developed.
And those little chalk marks you see there, Peter was trying to wipe one away. That's when the player, a screw shot, tends to leave that type of mark on the cloth.
12.
Just at present, Peter's just over-hitting his positional shot just slightly, and that's a sign that the old adrenaline's pumping away. Ronnie O'Sullivan was saying that he said he couldn't believe the atmosphere and he was just over-hitting everything. It's a little bit like a golfer hitting the golf ball too far when the adrenaline's pumping. Well, that's a bit unfortunate. If that red had have passed the black, it would have been a straightforward chance here. As it's turned out, it looks as if he hasn't even got a pot on.
Peter Ebden, 18.
Well, I'm not sure if Peter gave that one enough care and attention. He obviously didn't want to go down the table, leave this one on near the right corner pocket, but where he's left the cue ball, Stephen Hendry might be able to cover that. Just take the white over towards the yellow, down past the yellow.
I think what Ebden looked at was a possible plant of two reds. Safety was his only intention there.
One.
Yes, Hendry made an error, a frame losing error in the very first frame of this match through not taking the rest. He played a yellow when he couldn't get his body down properly and missed it. Didn't make that mistake that time.
Six.
The last shot that Stephen Hendry played there from red to black looked so easy, but it's a little screw
30.
shot that takes years to perfect.
$40.
And Stephen has Frank Callan here with him at the World Championship this year, who's been
21.
back working with Stephen for quite some time. Frank
22.
Callan is the snooker guru from Blackpool, who has coached all the world champions. Steve Davis, John Parrott, Terry Griffiths. He's had them all.
Yes, and has revolutionised the way that snooker technique is looked at.
29.
Hendry now looking at a possible 6-frame lead. If he can make the most of this.
$37. 38.
And when Stephen takes that red to the right of the 2, it will open the path for both reds
45.
into the opposite corner pocket.
46.
Well, that one wiped his feet. Put it safely
53.
in the pocket and back on its spot.
$54. $61.
Another red-black would leave Ebden needing a snooker.
62. $69. 70.
Stephen Hendry starting to relax a little bit now, opening up a gap of 6 frames.
77.
There was an awful lot of pressure on him this year, going for that
78.
6th Embassy World Championship. Put quite a bit of pressure on him. You would need 7 world titles to surpass Ray Reardon and Steve
83.
Davis.
Hendry was well within reach of his 12th century of the championship, but that effort of 83 increases his lead to 6 frames, 13-7 at the mid-session interval.